Hello, everybody. Welcome to Deel. Thank you so much for joining in on this webinar today. Today, we're going to give you a walkthrough of how to use Deel as a contractor. We're going to cover 5 topics: account setup, contracts, invoices, payments and withdrawals, as well as touch on some exclusive Deel products and services that you have access to as a contractor on platform. We're going to go ahead and get started. So first, I'm going to kick it off to my team member, Anne, who's going to go through the account setup with me.
Hi everyone, I'm Anne. I am an onboarding manager here at Deel on the EMEA team, and I'm going to be walking you through how to set up your Deel account as well as some other steps to get you started on the platform. So the first thing you're going to get from Deel is an email, and in this email it's going to take you to a login screen to create your account. You're going to see 2 options here. One is I'm a business, the other is I'm a contractor. So it really depends here on how you set up your contracting business, whether you're an entity or just an individual contractor. In this case today, I'm going to select that I'm a contractor. Again, please note that this has to do with your country of tax residence, and we will be providing you with necessary tax documentation so that you can fill these out and make sure that you have it completed, as you are responsible for your own taxes. So once I select this, I just need to fill in my personal information. So easy steps here: first name, last name, email address, and password. I would say use your personal email address here, and then some other questions. I'm not going to create an account today, but these are just the first steps that you need in order to move on. Once you've completed this and moved on to the platform, what you're going to have to do is verify your account. The reason why we need to verify is to ensure that we're sending payment to the correct person, a verified person. So when you are going through the process of verification, you'll see that it's through Verif. So this is verified. And these are the documentations that you're going to need. You're going to need a valid government issued ID. And then you'll be using your camera, and you'll also have to take a selfie with a picture of your ID in that selfie as well. I'm going to switch over to my demo account right now so I can show you where you can find this. It should have a pop-up as soon as you log into the platform. And if you don't see it, you can always click on your little name icon up here, and then account settings, and then verification. If you've completed the step, you're going to see that it's already verified with the little green check here. However, if you haven't finished, then you'll see a red check saying go ahead and get verified. I do want to point out at this point that there is a handy little onboarding tool to let you know how far you've come from onboarding. If you click on this in the bottom right, you'll see what you've completed. So you've signed up for Deel, you've perhaps not signed your contract yet in this case, you verified your identity, and then the next steps that you haven't completed yet, which is uploading compliance documents, as we'll talk about next, and then setting up a withdrawal method. So as far as compliance documents go, you can click to start here, but I also want to point out that when you log into the platform, you're going to see a home dashboard right here, as well as some sections on the left side. So compliance documents, if we click on this, you're going to be able to see what kind of documentation that you need to upload and what's required, as well as what's optional. So you won't need to have these uploaded in order to sign your contract. However, we highly recommend that you get this completed because it will be needed in the future, and it's good to have on hand for us. All right. I am going to be talking about reviewing and signing your contract now that we've gone through and gotten all set up. So if your employer has created a contract for you, it's probably the reason why you got an email to create an account in the first place. And what you'll see is on the right side here under contracts on your home dashboard, you're going to see a contract, and it usually will give you the status right here, waiting for contractor to sign. I have a few other contracts here. As you can see, they're already active, and it tells me when my payment is going to be paid out to me. I'm going to go ahead and click on this contract. And from here, you'll be able to review any of the information that's been submitted by the employer, your start date, any information about your role, and how much your pay is, If anything doesn't look right to you, you don't have to sign this. You'll want to reach back out to your employer and have them update this. But if everything looks good to go for you, then you can scroll back up and then you can review and sign. You can also download the contract here. However, you'll always have access to downloading it later after you've already signed it. So we're going to go ahead and review and sign this. And it does ask you whether you are a US contractor or a non-US contractor, just to ensure that we are identifying you correctly as far as taxes go. So I'm going to say, yes, I'm in the US, and please bear with me. I'm going to have to fill out in this information. US, and we'll do all right. And I should be able to submit and continue. And then you can also select here how you want to receive your tax forms, whether it's just electronically or through mail. I'm going to say e-delivery, just to cut down on those carbon emissions. And then you'll be able to review your contract here, make sure you read it through thoroughly and ensure that everything looks good to you. If it does, then go ahead and sign it. So I'm going to say agree and sign. Again, you can download the PDF here or at a later time if you'd like. All right, great. So now you have an active contract. I want to walk you through kind of what you can find here in the contract. So under your overview, you'll be able to see how much you're getting paid based off of what type of contract you are. So this one is a fixed contract. I'm getting paid $8,000 monthly. And then you'll also see information down here about your invoice details coming up for the upcoming pay cycle. When you do get paid, you'll see the invoice history on the right side here. And then we have some other options that my colleagues will be talking about later, like withdrawing early and other such things. So one thing I do want to show you here is that you will be able to submit adjustments. So if you want to click on Add Item, you'll be able to select what kind of adjustment it is. An expense would make the most sense here. Maybe I get to expense my equipment. And I'm just going to put the reason and the date in there as well. I don't need to make this recurring because it is just an expense. And please keep in mind that with expenses, you do have to add a receipt here. So you will be required to submit a file. I'm going to change that just so that we can bypass that and then submit. So any adjustments that you submit are going to be then sent to your employer so that they can approve or deny it. Once it's been approved or denied, you'll see it here joining the invoice so that you can see the total amount that you'll be paid for the upcoming pay cycle. All right, another thing I want to take a look at is going to be under contract details. So any of the information that we saw earlier when you were signing your contract can be found here. You can always come back here to see what your job role is, maybe your scope of work, as well as your payment details and country compliance, as well as creating an end date here if you'd like to do that as well. Just keep in mind the notice period that you had signed on your contract. And then again, if you didn't get a chance to download your contract, you can always download a PDF here on the top right. The last thing I wanted to show you is requesting time off. So up here, the third little tab over is time off request. So you can set it up very easily here. You can say in September, I'm going to be taking Monday through Wednesday off. You can type the reason and then just submit this. Again, just like adjustments, this is going to be sent to your employer so that they can review it. They'll have the opportunity to approve or deny that. And then once it's been approved or denied, you'll also get a notification as well. All right, so that completes the walkthrough of the contracts. There's one last thing I do want to talk about, and that's creating your own contract. So if you didn't get an email, you don't have an employer that created a contract for you, you can equally come into Deel and create your own contracts to send. So up here on the left, create a contract. There's three different types of contracts here: fixed rate, pay as you go, and milestone. The difference between these three are going to be: fixed rate is, for example, you are charging same amount at the same cadence. So let's say I'm making $8,000 per month, and I'm going to be paid the same every month. And then pay as you go is if you are submitting any timesheets or any work based off of a certain amount. And then milestone is based off of milestones that you've accomplished. So for instance, if you're getting paid 500 for 3 blog posts or something like that. So you can always walk through these steps and create your own contracts. It's very easy to do. I'm not going to do that on the call today, but go ahead and play around with this. And yeah, I'm going to pass this over to my colleague now to talk to you about the next section. Thank you.
Thanks, Anne. Hi, my name is Ardan and I'm from the onboarding team here in the EMEA as well. I'm going to be talking to you today about invoices. First, click on invoices here on the sidebar. And there are a couple of things that you need to note about invoices. The most important one of which is you are not required to create and submit your own invoices. Deel uses standardized templates for all contractors globally, and they are generated automatically for you. Depending on the contract type, you may need to take action first for an invoice to be generated. So if you are a pay-as-you-go contractor, you must first submit hours or work reported. For milestone contracts, you must submit proof of work to your client before an invoice is generated. But for example, for fixed rate contracts, invoices will be generated automatically. Now, if you want to see a breakdown of a particular invoice, you can click on it, and it will show you a detailed view of what is included in the invoice and what is being paid for. So if the invoice, how you see it right like this, is not really to your liking, or you want to customize it, if you go to the invoices and then invoice settings, you can see that you can customize this invoice according to your needs. You can add a signature if you want to, or you can add a note, change the address, and so on. You can add a tax ID, VAT ID, or anything like that. And if you want to see how that looks before making the changes, you can click Preview Invoice, and this will download a sample invoice, which you can see how it will look like before you send it to the client. What is important to note at this point is that the changes that you make right here are only valid for future invoices, and if you need a change for previous invoices, please reach out to our support team to see if that is possible and what the workaround in that process is. Now, if you want to upload a custom invoice altogether, you can also do that by clicking on the 3 dots and clicking on Replace with Custom Invoice, where you'll be required to upload an invoice which will replace our Deel invoice. Now, for the content of the invoice and what is being, how to make any adjustments, it is important that you make the adjustments on the Deel platform. And for example, depending on the contract, let's say on this contract which we have right here, if you want to add an item, you can add an item and make the adjustments on the platform, and you can add a bonus, commission, deduction, expense, and you can add the commission and make it recurring if it's in a recurring commission, or if it's something which is a one-time only, you can add it right here. And if you want to, let's say, commission, if you want to upload a receipt or any document which you want your client to see, you can upload it right here, and the client will be able to see it in their system as well. This was it for the invoices. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to pass it on to my colleague to talk to you about the next steps. Thank you.
Now it's time to withdraw your funds from Deel. So to get started, you'll want to click on the top left-hand corner here and go to Account Settings. And under Account Settings, you'll want to click on Withdrawal Methods. When you get to this page, you can click on Add Method to see all of the different options that are available to withdraw your funds. And I want to talk first a little bit about the bank transfer. So Deel supports over 180 different currencies using bank transfers. So let's say you are paid in United States dollars from your contract. However, you're currently in France and you want to withdraw in euros. You can change your country to France, and then the currency will be selected as euros so that you can get funds from your Deel account in euros. And we go back here for a second. And then under the different account types, let's say we're going to be back in the United States, and you will see that sometimes there are different options here at the bottom. So ACH or a local transfer might be available. So local transfers are preferred since they have lower transaction fees than SWIFT. And if there is no option for a local transfer, though, you might just have to use the SWIFT option, which takes a little bit longer. However, you do not have to use the bank transfers. We have other supported withdrawal methods such as Revolut, PayPal, Wise, and Payoneer. Revolut, PayPal, and Payoneer support USD only. However, Wise supports up to 7 different currencies. So you can actually come in here and see if the currency that you want is available. And then if you want to withdraw in cryptocurrency, you can actually link your Coinbase account. And if you click on Coinbase here, you'll be able to withdraw your salary in cryptocurrency as well. And one other setting that's available on this page is the automatic withdrawal setting. So when this is toggled on, every time you get paid, the funds get automatically transferred to your preferred payment method, so you don't even have to log into your Deel account. Now, let's talk a little bit more about withdrawal fees. There are currency exchange and provider fees. So, for example, if I want to withdraw my funds here, I can edit the amount. So, for example, I have put in that I want to withdraw $500. And here on the right-hand side, since I'm going to be converting from dollars to pounds, you can see that there is a provider fee of $5. And then if I click on the information icon, I can see the current exchange rate followed by the exchange fee and the total amount that I'll get in the currency. And so what we always recommend is that you review this information before you process the transaction. And when you click on withdraw, and then at the very bottom here, there will also be an estimated arrival for when the funds will be available in your account. You do have the option to withdraw in cryptocurrency as well. So please note that this will always result in a exchange fee. And finally, no matter which withdrawal method you choose, we will be transparent and share the breakdown of the anticipated costs along with the provider fees and any exchange fees. And as a note, you're also able to edit the amount that you want to withdraw. So you do not have to withdraw the full balance at once. You can change it to the amount that you want to withdraw to that method that you want to withdraw in. Do note that you do need to withdraw your funds within 30 days. If you do not withdraw within 30 days, the Deel support will send your funds to the most recently used withdrawal method. And if there is no most recently used withdrawal method, we will contact you so that you will be able to withdraw your funds as soon as possible. And yeah, we can go ahead and talk a little bit more about the estimated time of arrivals. So when you withdraw to a local bank transfer, this will take anywhere from 1 to 3 business days. If you're using the SWIFT withdrawal method, this can take anywhere from 3 to 7 business days. And if you're using one of the digital wallets, this should be completed in about 1 business day. Now my colleague Daniel will talk a little bit more about some additional withdrawal methods that are available on Deel.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm here on the onboarding team, and I would like to go over a few exclusive offers and features available to you as a contractor. The first option I'd like to go over is going to be the Deel card. The Deel card is a digital card that allows you to get paid instantly using funds directly from your Deel account. Here's how it works. It works the same as any virtual debit card, and it operates on the global MasterCard network. This can be used for personal spending, and it's a great choice for those who are looking to access their paychecks in a stable currency such as the US dollar. There are some eligibility requirements. Your client must pass their KYC check with our finance team, and then you will have uploaded all of your compliance documents. Once both of those are completed and you would like to pursue the Deel card, you'll go ahead and enroll into this directly into the platform. There's a $5 one-time fee for a new virtual card, and there's a 1.25% for all non-US dollar transactions. The second feature I'd like to go over is going to be our instant card transfer. This is a great option where contractors can now get paid instantly and right to their bank. This is essential for those who need access to their money quickly. Eligibility requirements here is that you must have either a MasterCard or Visa debit card that is directly linked to your bank account. And 90% of our transfers are completed in less than 15 seconds or less. There is a small nominal fee of 2.56% fee for all transactions with a minimum of 25 cents. If you had any questions regarding this, please reach out to our support team. And now we'll go ahead and head over to the platform so I can show you a few additional offerings. Now that we're here in the platform, I want to show you a few additional features that you can access directly from your home screen. Going into your navigation menu here on the left-hand side, the first thing we're going to go and discuss is going to be the Deel Advance. Deel Advance is a convenient and easy way for you to access your funds easier. Here's how it works. The first $50 that you would access for your funds, whether to cover an expense or a bill, will be completely free. If you wanted to access funds earlier and greater than this $150, for example, let's say $150, you'll see a small nominal fee here in the right-hand corner. The way that this works is this will come as a deduction on your upcoming paycheck to go ahead and reconcile your account. So this is a great option for those who want to be able to access their funds and access them quickly. Another great option to go over is our perks. Deel is partnered with strategic partners all over the world to enable any of the contractors that come onto our platform. So for example, here you can see in Germany, we've partnered with WeWork and One Valley and Cambly to offer varying different percentages to give you the resources you need to be successful within the workforce. If you had questions or are located in another country, so let's say, for example, you're located in the Bahamas, you can see that we also offer many different unique offerings there. For example, QuickBooks and One Valley. This is a great option to make sure that you're getting the most out of the Deel platform. The last and final option I want to go over is going to be insurance. We've negotiated exclusive deals for the Deel community so that you can save money on insurance. All you will simply do is select the country that you live in the top right-hand corner, go ahead and click apply for coverage, and this will get you connected to the Safety Wing portal. You'll go ahead and fill out your registration details in a small application, and this will get you connected with the Safety Wing team so you can successfully enroll in health insurance. That's everything I wanted to go over. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my colleague to go over the next section.
Congrats! You've successfully set up your Deel account and learned how to navigate the platform. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to our support team using the live chat function in your account. You have 24/7 access to our support team. Your clients will also have access to an email form that they'll share with you. So you have multiple ways to get in contact with our support team if you need any assistance. You can also access our help center and our support hub by going to help.letsdeel.com. That guide and that help center will give you information on everything that you may need to know about accessing your account as a contractor. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we wish you a successful experience with using Deel.